Hello to all you geeks and degenerates. Welcome back to another episode. Since April Fools has come and passed, we decided to talk about some comedies. Starting with this one, Tropic Thunder, directed by Ben Stiller. But yeah, this stars Ben Stiller himself, Robert Downey Jr.,
Junior.
Jack Black. Uh, am I forgetting anyone?
Jay Baruchel and Danny McBride.
Yeah,
Who's the one who played Al Pacino again? His name escapes me.
I forget too, but he's the African American character in Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Must be weird going from a high
Oh,
R-rated comedy to those movies.
yeah. Wait, hold up. I'm looking up the names because it's a disservice if I don't.
Yeah.
Brandon T. Jackson. There. Yeah.
And also, Bill Hader and of course Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. And also Matthew McConaughey. They got a lot of big stars here
Yeah,
for this movie. For
they,
this, I will say maybe my first raunchy movie, and my God, I have put this on a pedestal.
yeah. Also, they had for the Vietnam vet, they had the guy from The Mandalorian who goes, "I have spoken."
I have spoken.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's also from Warrior. He's Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton's dad in that one.
yeah.
Uh,
Did you legit forget the name of the guy? Because I also forgot the name.
yeah. It'll come to me eventually. But yeah, this is a comedy in 2008, and it was the most talked about comedy of that year. Like,
It wasn't just that. Like, you know how when we used to be in school,
yeah,
and like, you're hot shit when you saw Tropic Thunder.
yeah. You're hot shit if you're like, I'm the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. You're like,
if you do that reference.
yeah. And this is the same year that RDJ ultimately made a comeback in the movie scene because he had this
Mm.
and Iron Man.
Yeah.
So those two movies really help him come back, and he hasn't done much lately, but it's probably because of these two that he really
Oh,
made,
he's skyrocketed.
yeah,
Fuck.
hell
Dude,
yeah.
okay. Like,
It's weird though because he skyrocketed, but some of these actors also kind of faded into obscurity. Like we don't see much of Ben Stiller, Jack Black kind
oh,
of,
Jack Black streams now, so I guess he's kind of like, you
yeah,
know, picking his fights, I guess.
yeah.
Like,
Jay Baruchel had How to Train Your Dragon, then after
yeah.
that, not much. The longest lasting ones are RDJ and Tom Cruise for obvious reasons.
Yeah. And I would say Matthew McConaughey still plays stuff. Danny McBride, he was in Mitchell's and the
Yeah,
Machines.
he was in fucking Alien Covenant. Like, I have all the fucking
Of
movies.
all the movies. But
He's
you
pretty
always
good
need
there.
the charismatic pilot
Yeah, he
that
was.
wears a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. I will get to that movie someday because that movie's kind of a mixed bag, in my opinion.
I
Um,
would love to actually touch upon that movie.
yeah. But this is about actors. You always hear stories of actors bumping heads with the directors and themselves, and these
This is
actors are
for
playing, make believe actors. Again,
yeah,
it's very, how do
the
you do
very
this?
diva actors. It's pretty much a satire on how some actors are a little too far up their own asses
Yeah,
to be in reality.
and
Kind of like with RDJ's character, especially
yeah,
Ben
he's
Stiller.
one of those actors who are like, I only pick select movies that are worthy of my time. I even go the full distance of method acting. I won't even change my skin color. Otherwise, again, a lot of these things won't fly today. Like, huh?
Yeah, no, but like I even love that where it's like in 1969 they didn't have cell phones. I'm full legit. I was like, alright.
There's one joke now really gets me where, yeah, what do you mean by you people?
And Al Pacino in the back, like, what do you mean by you people? Like staring directly at
Yeah.
RDJ.
But you see in the preview before the movie started, like you get the gist of what
uh,
these actors are. Like Tug
dude,
Speedman's like,
but did you see how like clever they were with the branding?
yeah,
Sorry, what do you call it? Um, Intro?
yeah.
Like you see the Fox Pictures and DreamWorks, and
Yeah.
it all leads up to these trailers, these make believe trailers.
Ben Stiller plays Tug Speedman. It's like this action hero who does the same thing over and over again. As I said
Diesel.
before,
Sorry.
RDJ is the actor who just picks the
Oh,
Oscar-worthy stuff. And
fuck. Wait, who do we compare RDJ's character?
it's a lot.
I would say Christian Bale. I would say
Yeah,
Christian
almost.
Bale. If Christian Bale did blackface, there you go.
If Christian Bale's head was really up his ass, probably.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Brandon T. Jackson's character Al Pacino is like, I don't know why he sold the name Al Pacino. I don't get it, but like he's a pretty much an R. Kelly ripoff. Because they even had that call where he was like, "I didn't pee on that girl." I'm like, oh, that's an R. Kelly reference.
way ahead of its time, I tell you. And Jack Black just does the dumb comedies. You're like, oh, okay. You're going the
I would
Eddie
say
Murphy route, almost.
no. Eddie Murphy's comedies were okay. Beverly Hills Cops, but like
No, Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler, almost. Like
Adam Sandler, yeah, it's
yeah.
very Adam Sandler.
Like, unlike Adam Sandler, like, I know you can do better, but with this actor, like,
Oh, he
Okay.
does do better now. He does do better. But this is like them kind of, joking about
what
how
he,
saturated Adam Sandler's shit
the
is
state
now.
of his career back in the day, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and now he's doing really well with Uncut Gems. Hopefully, we see him more in like.
Yeah,
series.
he has a basketball drama on Netflix soon. I can't wait for that.
Really now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing the movie Tropic Thunder, which is referring to their actual movie that they're doing based on the survival account of a Vietnam vet.
With quotations there, everybody.
And you learned that Thug Speedman also tried the Oscar route.
Nick Nolte. Nick
Ah,
Nolte.
Nick
There
Nolte.
he is.
Yeah,
I was
Hulk's,
looking for his
Hulk's
name
dad
this
in the Band of Hulk. Like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
yeah.
Have my Hulk food. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. He's like a cloud that
He-
Hulk punches.
Yeah. Again, we'll do that one day because that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thug Speedman tried the Oscar route with Simple Jack. I'm like, wow, that's really insulting.
It's punching jabs at what was this? Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
Rain Man.
Yeah. And they're trying to do the scene where they do, a mockery, a satire of Platoon.
Ah, yeah, it was. I will mention though. Did you remember seeing that trailer with RDJ and Tobey Maguire? It was a Satan's Alley.
Yeah.
I love that shit so much.
I really wonder how some of these would fly over modern audiences. They're like, hey.
No, like, because they didn't show these trailers. No, they didn't show RDJ's trailer in like HBO or Star Movie, so I kind of forgot about it until I rewatched it for this. I was like, oh shit, they left out a lot of parts.
I wonder why. But yeah, they're gonna do the scene where Ben Stiller's hands are missing. It's like, you were my brother, and Kirk Lazarus can't get it right, or like he's trying to cry.
No, Kurt Lazarus is doing okay. It's just that he's overselling it while
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's like not in character anymore.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what, man, we should cut. And then the director's like, we can't. We're over budget. We're over scheduled. Fucking Tom Cruise is breathing down my neck. But yeah, you heard so many stories of like things going wrong on movie sets, and this is the perfect example. Like, okay,
Yeah, this is pretty much a satire in Hollywood and like all their actors.
yeah,
Especially if you've seen that one video of Christian Bale losing it because somebody walked across set. I get it, you don't do that, but like
it was like
kind of an example.
it's a nice audio clip. If you wanna say something to someone, it's like, hey, I won and I beat you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Fucking amateur, no. But you see, after their shot, the news are for them like, oh, this movie's over budget. It's way beyond schedule.
Yeah, they pretty much spent around like $4 million for that explosion, which was the funniest. Danny McBride stands out like a motherfucker in this movie.
Yeah.
Even though he's just the
Effects
what you
dude.
call it? Yeah, special effects guy. He stands out so much. Mother, you just pissed your pantsuit. I was like,
And then they have the director. They all go back to the hotel where the director has a meeting with Les Grossman, who is Tom Cruise, essentially being Harvey Weinstein.
and And like I love Steve Coogan's character here.
Yeah.
Was his name Cockburn or something like that?
Daniel Cockburn.
Yeah, yeah. I love his like he's the rookie director from theater to like
Yeah.
was this the silver screen?
Yeah, one of those
And,
examples were like, I don't think you should have been handed this project in the first place.
Right? And he pretty much has the pressure. He doesn't know how to handle diva actors, except for was any of the his character again, Kendusky, Sandusky. Man, the joke of the movie reached real life, where everybody forgets his name and gets it wrong.
Right. And which actor is that again? Jay Baruchel?
Yeah, Jay Baruchel.
But yeah, he's the only decent actor there. The rest are fucking divas. Like, Doug's trying to...
I mean,
his glory.
when we mean by decent actor, I mean decent person.
Yeah. Sweden's trying to regain his glory, and RDJ is just like, this is below me.
But,
And-
yeah, no, but you kind of see that everybody except for Jay Baruchel's character, they're all so far up their own asses. Like Jack Black's a drug user.
Yeah.
RDJ's the method actor, and was this Ben Stiller's the has been.
Yeah.
And again, Al Pacino is
Like that weird...
Artelli.
Sometimes when movies bring in a musician, you're like, why did you bring that person in? I don't understand.
Right.
Like when they brought Ariana Grande for Don't Look Up, we're like, why? Oh, she fits perfectly though.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
But yeah, I love the meeting with Les Grossman. It's like, hey, you, can you punch that guy really hard in the face?
I'm sorry, man. What?
And then, as the actors are partying, Daniel Cockburn goes to Nick Nolte, or he sees Nick Nolte camping out. It's like, I can't stand hotels. I like sleeping in beds like this. Which, you know.
No, he was like, oh, hotel room ain't good enough for you? Beds give me nightmares.
And then he's like, you know what? If you really want to put these actors through hell, I know a place, I know a spot in Vietnam. And it just makes it the punchline with him later on that much funny. Like, oh, you are full of shit too.
And I think this is also a jab at probably Christopher Nolan, where he takes his sets to the extreme and like pretty much put his actors in the real deep shit.
Yeah. And then he flies the main cast out to deep in the middle of Vietnam. And he's like, all right.
As in like the no-no place of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 mines that have not yet been recovered.
Right.
Vietnam.
And in the heart of where the drug trade is, you know,
Mm-hmm.
beating. You're like, oh, okay, that's a bad combination. And then he's like, look, we're going to get this movie right, and it's going to be the greatest war movie ever. And then you hear the click, like, what was that? And he goes, oh, what? And then he explodes, like, oh my God.
The helicopter is God, and I am his son. Jesus Christ.
Steps on my...
Like-
oh. Damn.
Yeah.
And then for a while they're like, this is part of the act, right? And even Ben Stiller holds up his head, like,
Yeah, this is, again, I rewatched this movie a lot of times, but it's always in
HBO.
like Star Movies or HBO. I forgot about the scene where he just grabs the head of Cockburn and sticks it on his gun, and the drug dealers were like, "These men have no fear." I was like, "Oh shit!"
And then Nick Nolte and what's the guy's name? The special effects guy?
Cody.
Cody. Like, something's wrong. We have to check on them, right?
Mm.
And they check on them, and they're like, did you just kill... Nick Nolte's like to Cody, like, did he just kill our director? He's like, no, it wasn't my fault. I rigged the explosions around him.
And then that's where you find out that Nick Nolte's character formerly isn't really a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, he wants to cut and run. He's like, no, you're staying here with me. And he just pulls out his prosthetic. He's like, what the fuck?
And
You're like, what the fuck indeed?
I was also thinking, the time when this movie came out, I'm pretty sure we were like, or when we watched it, we were pretty much like on the hype of like Black Ops,
Yeah.
Call of Duty, I mean.
Mm.
And we kind of got a little bit of a basic knowledge on the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Of course, don't take your, don't take Call of Duty as an educational thing.
Of course not.
When I was like super young, I was like, Ben Stiller's putting a nest in a plural word. I wonder if they're gonna call it out. Thankfully, they did.
I love the fact that they still butt heads over which direction to go or who has the map throughout this entire time. Because they're still divas at this point, especially RDJ. Like, just stop.
No, I mean RDJ is like RDJ and Jay Baruchel's like characters were like probably only sane people there.
Yeah, because
Like-
still has something to prove, according to him.
Yeah, and like RDJ, sure, he's still in character, but like he's kind of like, this ain't right.
And Jeff
This
is
man's
losing his
dead.
mind because of withdrawal. Like, oh, okay.
And Mr. Booty Sweat is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say that was probably him and Jay Baruchel were probably the weakest characters. Still did a really good job, but
Yeah.
from these three standouts, I kind of get why they kind of blended to the background.
Yeah. Like, I think Al Pacino's personality, when he has his moments, like Wonder in the River, and rather like, what do you mean, you people? It's like, yeah, what exactly do you mean, you people?
I still love the river scene. You're like, we're supposed to be a unit. Suck my unit. Again, amazing fucking lines and quotes here that we still use today.
Yeah. And then they split ways, and poor Ben Stiller has to kill the thing he loves the most while camping out by himself. Because he's going through his Rambo phase, apparently.
The way it sketches me out, though, knowing the fact that every manager has like a plan B just in case their client kills a hooker.
I killed Amanda, man.
Man, he probably using her real name.
Like, I know, Amanda. Oh, thank God. Man, you gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Then he's captured.
And of course, like him wearing the panda suit and the face paint, and the scene where Kirk Lazarus like comes in and is like, we gotta get out of here. For sure, that was like a reference to Apocalypse
Now. Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then he's captured by the drug dealers, and he's brought to their kid leader. And then he starts beating poor Doug Speedman, and then he goes back to his simple Jack rage. Like, what the fuck?
But I love it. I was still in character. Like, I was like, ah.
Yeah. Especially when he's getting interrogated by that one who's like, you just want some tea, man?
What was his name again? Like, Farley, A back. Like, soldier number, something.
And they just kicks the guy, and the guy's like, what the fuck?
He was a Filipino actor, right? From Dark Knight Rises.
Huh?
Yeah.
The kid?
No. The guy who was like giving him tea.
Alright, he was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's buddy, right?
Yeah, the cop that got shot immediately.
Yeah. But yeah, they're so amazed that they have Simple Jack with them, because they're like, you should have won an Oscar.
You should have won Oscar. And he's like,
what?
Thank you.
And then they make him do the performance at the same time. The rest of the gang discovered the camp where him, Nick Nolte, and what's the actor's name for the FX guy? It keeps.
Danny McBride. Yeah,
Danny McBride are there. They're all there, and it's really convenient. You're like, oh, it's nice that they're all in one spot.
Also, like, why would you leave explosives right next to the prisoners?
Yeah, since you're like, we won $50 million. Let's put explosives right next to them.
It's comedy, man. It's comedy.
I know, right?
But I will say that there was that one scene where, after the call, they Matthew McConaughey's character like finds out that Tug Speedman's actually in real danger.
Yeah.
And he's actually with like a drug lord. But then Tom Cruise's character was like, Harvey Weinstein's pretty much like, you could kill your friend, but you get a jet though and a shit ton of money.
We'll make a hospital for him, and one day a movie about him, something like that, right?
Yeah. Like there's these pros and cons to it. Well, I mean, if you leave your best friend to die, So you know you're gonna be fucking rich.
I love the commentary on Hollywood, especially on Harvey Weinstein,
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
right? Um, but I like how much of a good friend Matthew McConaughey is to go out all the way to Vietnam to get not Tom Cruise, but Ben Stiller his contract right.
Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Evo.
But yeah, I love how they tie Jack Black to a tree so that he doesn't go looking for drugs when the shit hits. And then after having this conversation, RDJ is giving tips to Al Pacino how to get a woman.
No. He wasn't giving tips. He was like asking them, like, "Hey, do you got a girl back home that you're when you go back?" He's still in character, you know. He's that like war sergeant, like, "You got a girl at home."
Oh, right.
Yeah, but like bit by bit, once they start picking at Al Pacino kind of slips up and like kind of reveals that he's gay.
Yeah, what's your name? Lance.
Did you
Lance?
say Lance? Did you say fucking Lance?
No, Nance! And then,
I'm Al Pacino. I love pussy. And then Jack Black's character is like,
I'll suck your dick
"Hey,
for
Al Pacino, I'll
heroin.
suck your dick for hard drugs." I'm Al Pacino. I love pussy. I love this shit so fucking much.
And then, in order to get into the camp, they tie poor Jack Black to a carabao. I don't know what
yeah.
to call it in
Yeah, well,
English.
water buffalo.
Right, water buffalo. Then RDJ is trying to do the best speak Mandarin from some fucking
This-
movie set.
This shit was so funny because RDJ is the most offensive person in this scene, where he's playing a black man and an Australian playing as a Chinese person. And I was like, this would not go well today.
Here's my phone, motherfucker.
I'm a lad fuck. But I think the elephant in the room is like, why isn't RDJ being like chastised for like doing blackface when everybody else like say, was that one movie? Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That's not blackface, that's...
Yellowface.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Because I think with Breakfast at Tiffany's is like just pure insensitivity and ignorance. Like,
Yeah.
really, man.
Well-
but with RDJ, you can tell this was just making fun of the idiots who did blackface and thought it was okay
Yeah.
to do so.
There was the thing. It was satire.
Yeah.
They were poking fun. Yes, it was a risky joke. I will agree. This shit's so fun to somebody who is not educated.
Yeah.
But thankfully, everybody who watched it, especially the black community, was like, RDJ did an amazing job playing as a black person.
And it's not like he was cast as the dumb, African American soldier.
No. He was playing as the typical white guy with like the typical corporate assholes who were like, you know who I think would play a really good black person? A white guy.
That's why Al Pacino's like, that's why I signed up to this movie, because there's one role for an African American character. That's
And
why
they
I
gave it
signed
to
up.
Crocodile Dundee. I thought I just had to represent, but they gave it to Crocodile Dundee.
Hey man,
Again,
still strip
amazing
on the
quotes.
Bobby.
Yeah.
And then when he says the N word to Lazarus, and he says that word has been used to keep us down, he's like, what the fuck?
For 400 years, I'm like, this man does not stop. This man has no chill. And I love it. RDJ sells it so fucking
Yeah.
well that I actually forgot RDJ was white.
Again, only in the hands of these writers and this director that this can be played to what it is. Any other hands, I feel like, stop it. It's not funny anymore. Or, well, you really didn't hit the mark.
Exactly. It was so self-aware. The
Yeah.
elephant in the room was probably one of the best things in this movie, and I will say RDJ was my favorite character in this movie.
Yeah. And then, as you mentioned before, they reach Ben Stiller, and he's Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now. He even has a child with him.
Yeah. The kid is doing the wushu shit. A
Yeah.
little half squat, and he gave him like a little Oscar for his role as this was it again Simple Jack.
Yeah. He gave him a wooden Oscar, and it's like, this is the only form of vindication. But yeah, I love the mind games that Ben Stiller tries to do on pro ladders, that he ultimately falls down and shaves off the surgery. Like, huh?
No, it was just like skin pigmentation,
Alright.
like alteration, and they put a wig on him. That was it.
I didn't
And
see.
I hate the
face.
fact that like Kurt Lazarus was so into his role that he started dressing up like a black person as well. I was like, the son of a bitch. And like, I do agree with Kindes fucking shit, Sandusky. So no offense.
I like
But,
how
like,
he's trying to stop Jack Black from consuming all the cocaine in the world.
Mm-hmm. That huge ass amount. And he was like, we got 16 hours before they wake up. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of knowledge. All right.
Alright. I love his before that, I love his fight with the kid leader. He just spears him through the floor. Like, how is he not dead?
I also especially this scene where that one of the guards in the camp was pretty much naming all of the Al Pacino movies and like further like, you ain't Al Pacino.
Yeah, it took me a while growing up. Like, why is he saying these? Oh,
Yeah, these were all Al Pacino movies.
yeah,
Devil's Advocate. Dog.
yeah. It
Day
was that and
After Day.
fucking Dog Day After. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And so was Cody. He was like, yeah, Al Pacino movies.
And then Nick Nolte tries to redeem himself with a flamethrower, like planting the explosive. Like, at least you should do that.
No. I love that callback where you're like, before Nick Nolte reveals himself, Cody was like a really big fan.
Yeah.
For Leaf Payback, and he asked him, "Was like, that's a nice piece. What is it? What is it? I don't know what it's called, but I know what sound it makes when it takes its life." And it calls back to, "Here, grab this. What is it?" It's like, I don't know, but I love the sound it makes when it lies. I'm like, oh.
I love it so much.
And, like, it was it was so low key, but
Yeah.
it was non-stop jokes with Danny McBride, where he's like, what was this? Shadow Me, Pinocchio. I'm like, aw.
Then they escape, and the kid leader has an RPG. I don't know how Jay Baruchel or Jack Black's not dead from this. Cause he blasts.
No, it was Jay Baruchel. Because
Oh,
he was
yeah,
still
'cause
in
he's
the truck. Yeah.
Like Jack Black got his ass fried, but again, the guy's on the truck. A lot of things are going wrong right now. How are you not in pieces?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Sorry, I love that quote. Like, they're like, everybody's finally having like their epiphany. Like, we have to get out of here. We have to work as a team. Are you with us? What was the name of Are you with us, Tug? And they're like, I'm a rooster illusion. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Let's just
oh, shit. And then he gets Saving Private Ryan moment where it's just bringing in his ear, and he has to stand up as a leader.
Yeah. Like, he goes back, and he's like, I know these people. These are my people. I can talk to them. You guys go. I have a son, little half spot. And he goes back, and he's like, below the bridge. While little half spot's like stabbing him on the back.
He's doing an alley from the Last of Us 1.
Yeah. And of course, he had to incorporate the Wilhelm scream for like the third time in this movie as he throws little half spot across the bridge.
And then, as again another RPG round going to the helicopter, but McConaughey's there to save them just in time. He throws his TiVo into the sky. If it was any other movie, I'm like, that doesn't make sense one bit. But that's fine.
No, because you're right, it will blow up, and it would have lasted shrapnel forward. Like, it will blow up, but its actual purpose is to shoot that. It's not like that. It's supposed to shoot that way. It would have hit the helicopter. Yeah,
All right.
It's an RPG for you.
How do you know? Okay, no, it's fine.
I watch a lot of documentaries.
All right. And they make it back to America where this movie gets an Oscar. And yeah, do you see the other actors considering like another Tom Hanks movie where he plays like a disabled person? Like, okay, that's funny.
You gotta love how like there's such slow movies too. They're like, oh, I think what was the name again of that actor who played
John Voight.
no Hannibal Lecter. I think he was like
Ah!
one of the
Anthony Hopkins.
yeah. I think he was one of the actors who
Yeah.
was like nominated and lost to Tropic Thunder. It was such a good. It was such a nice.
Yeah.
It's such a good ending. Like seeing Sandusky. He's actually with like a really hot model now or something like that, or like a really beautiful girl. What was it?
And Al Pacino's with his boyfriend.
How about you with his lance? You know, like,
Oh.
I don't know if Jack Black's character is like clean, like he went to rehab or something.
Maybe we'll find out in the sequel. God, I hope there's no sequel.
I really hope there's no sequel.
Yeah.
This is like catching lightning in a bottle. Like you cannot recreate.
Especially nowadays. Are you insane?
Oh my god!
Like-
Unless you tread lightly. Like,
Unless you get that, those writers better be the best comedic writers in the world.
no, yeah, I will say the writers who did this movie, props to you. You guys were probably like, I'm guessing the scientists, like they were the fucking smartest people to write this movie.
Yeah, it's like a don't look up thing. You're like, this is so smart. I don't know why people don't like it as much as everyone else does. Or like why the critics are like, oh, it's stupid comedy, and then when you watch, you're like, it's not stupid, man. It's fucking. How is this stupid?
No, because like, okay, if you could make a fun, jokey joke comedy movie, say something like 50 First Dates, so that was a good one. But if you have to weave through so many controversial shit, and you know that you're gonna hurt a lot of people, if you do this well,
Yeah.
that is some skill in writing.
Yeah. But yeah, by the end, Tom Cruise turns to Bill Hader's like, he did a good job, but at the same time, a monkey could do better than you. Like, thank you, sir. I'm serious though. A monkey could do better than you. Like, okay.
And just your apple bottom jeans playing.
The soundtrack of 2008, apparently.
I guess so.
I guess.
I will say though, the soundtrack for this movie was fucking amazing. They even put Linkin Park in it.
And him dancing, all the things that Les Grossman does here is Tom Cruise improvising.
That's great.
Like, that's the only reason he did this movie. If he could make those choices.
Like I love Tom Cruise here, and he knew who he was playing.
Yeah,
He was like, "You love fuck this guy."
right. Probably knew a lot of dirty secrets too before everyone else did.
I will say, Doug Speedman was kind of like a mix of Tom Cruise and Vin Diesel,
Actually.
right? Like he is that high off his own fumes actor. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're never gonna have Vin Diesel or Tom Cruise in the show in the future. And like he also has that Vin Diesel thing where he's like, you're just letting a franchise go on and
On
and
forever.
you won't let it die.
Right. But yeah, man. Again, this was one of the movies of 2008. Like this, Dark Knight and Iron Man. Like if you didn't watch these three movies, you're lame, man. Like no one will talk to you
Wait,
in school.
Yeah, like if you went to school and you didn't know these movies, you
Yeah.
would probably just vanish into the ether.
Yeah.
But like, if you haven't seen this movie and this is probably your first time hearing about it, I mean, through our review, what's wrong with you? No kidding.
I know, right now. Yes, it's fine.
No, thank you for watching our review, but like, please get out there, watch this fucking movie.
Yeah.
It was gold. I would say I liked it more than Iron Man. Like, this is way fucking better than Iron Man.
All right.
And like, see, the feat that they had to do, the writing that they did was so fucking good.
And this does not age poorly. Like some things in 40-year-old virgin, you're like, no.
Ooh, that's bad. Like, say like, oh, you get the drunkest girl and that's who you hook up with. No. Oh, here, the jokes were smart. These jokes were careful. These jokes were layered. If you don't really look into them too deeply, you're not gonna get
Yeah, especially with Tom Cruise. So I know a lot of people in school were like, I don't get why people who Harvey Weinstein is firstly, but like why Tom Cruise chose that because he just wanted to shit on Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, and especially with R. Kelly, probably Tom Cruise himself with Doug Speedman's character. I'm guessing actors like Christian Bale.
Which makes Tom Cruise more of a chat from like, yeah, I'll be in this movie. I know you're making fun of me.
Right? He knows he's being made fun of, but he's like, I'm still in it. I'll
Yeah.
fucking make it. And for sure, Ben Stiller is making fun of himself with a character like Jack Black, where he's pretty much playing every comedic actor
Yeah.
who has a franchise that just like has to die. like, like with the whole fatties thing, for sure, that's like a Meet the Fockers kind of
Yeah.
thing, or like Eddie Murphy's. What was it again? Norbit?
Yeah.
No, was it Norbit or what was the one where he's fat and he wears like latex?
I think that is Norbit.
What? I don't think so. No, Norbit
Or-
was like a skinny dude with a very
Fat family.
Like- no.
Or eccentric family. Or am I getting...
No, not Doctor Dolittle. God, what was the one where he was fat and then he made himself really thin?
Shh, Naughty Professor.
Was it a Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Nutty
Yeah,
Professor,
for sure,
sorry.
those were jabs at that.
Yeah. Again, this film is just brilliant. But ultimately, what would you rate this?
Dude, I have to give it a 10. Like, I've been giving a lot of movies 10 for the past few weeks, but these movies fucking deserve it.
Yeah,
This movie...
I'm with you
yeah.
actually. But you go on your spiel.
Or spiel, wow.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
thanks.
You go.
But like, this movie was smart. This movie was fun, and it ages so fucking well because it makes fun of itself, like directly. Like you're like pretty much. It's pretty much what do you call it when a comedian makes fun of the crowd?
I forgot.
You know.
Yeah, when he goes after the hecklers.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, like they start heckling and shit. This is what it felt like. There were so many quotes here that I still quote today. Not the sketchy ones, but like you know what I mean. Yeah, like suck my unit. I could rewatch this movie, God knows how many times. This shit is the perfect comedy, and it is, I will say, lightning in the bottle. And I'm so happy this was my first ever raunchy movie.
Mhm.
Like for sure, I watched a couple, but I wasn't like conscious about it.
Yeah, or
This
too
one I
aware
was.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and plus, what movie can pull up blackface and still do a good job
And still get love and admiration from everyone.
from said community?
Yes. All right. As I said before, 10 out of 10 as well. Like, we've been giving a lot of 10 out of 10 lately, but it's for the movies that earned it. Like, hell, we gave Raya the Last Dragon fucking 5. We're like, do better, Disney.
Yeah, it was trying to represent us, for fuck's sake.
Right? But this, again, as you said, it really is a once-in-a-lifetime movie. Like, especially now, never again will anyone attempt this. Otherwise, you get the best you better get the best comedians to write another thing like this. If you're not putting your best foot forward, you have to stop because it's gonna age poorly. But this is one of the best comedy movies of all time, and this is why I wanted to start with this one for our comedy series because it's a great movie, and just with great actors who understand the assignment, and everyone understood the assignment actually. Just an all really good movie. But yeah, 10 out of 10, excellent movie, and if you're still watching this and you haven't seen this, come on, man. It's pretty funny. But yeah, this is a really good movie, man. And I think this is a good way to start our comedy series.
Yeah, for April Fools.
Yeah. But yeah, that has been our video on Tropic Thunder. What do you guys think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts on it? I'm curious. Comment down below. Be cool. You can find us at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. We react to trailers and we're doing some live streams now and then. We did Shifu, we did Dead by Daylight, and if you want to know how we all met and our trials by fire, we have a live stream for that too.
And you could see Enzo's horrible management when it comes to live streaming.
Alright, I'll get better, folks.
I swear to God, he was mirror imaging little Streamlabs. You fucking idiot.
But yes, we'll learn through time. But individually, you can find me being goofy at IG and Twitter at Yandalphus1995. I post a lot of comedy stuff there too. I try to be funny anyway. How about you, man?
You can find me at JumpGeo and on Instagram. It is my art.
Speaking of streaming, follow our streaming buddies at Slurrp, at Facebook at Slurrp Media. At Facebook, they also do daily content. They do Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, and
Valo,
and I think Gad does Genshin Impact.
Ah, hell yeah.
And if you have seen our Dead by Daylight video with Ankatanka, you can find the rest of the crew there. They're amazing. There's some rivalries going on there, so look at their videos for that. But yeah, please, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. And please remember to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated if you can. Get your booster for fuck's sake already. And that is all the time we have, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Yep.